Hello and welcome to another edition of On This Planet Earth. I'm Mark Gilchrist, and this week it's all about the names that countries call themselves. So what's in a name? I'm an American, a citizen of the United States of America. Now, I get flack from people around the world who say America is a continent. I'm a USian, a United Statesian. I remember when I first moved to the Republic of Moldova, I was thinking, well, isn't that cute? I longed for the traditional means of naming a country with just one word, like Romania, or England, or France, or Germany. And then someone asked me where I was from, and well, the United States of America, that's fine. Well, anyway, so I found this document that lists all the proper names of countries around the world. It's from the British government, so I guess they ought to know. They used to own it. Most of the countries around the world have complicated names. In fact, of the 190 countries, only 13 have names with one word, like America.
Barbados, Belize, Canada, Georgia, Hungary, Ireland, Jamaica, Japan, Malaysia, Romania, Turkmenistan.
Tuvalu! I gotta stop right there. That's my favorite country right now. Tuvalu. Hey, where are you from? Tuvalu. I love it. What a beautiful name. And look at this country. Wouldn't this be a great place for a triathlon? I mean, you could run along this side and then bicycle and then kayak and swim. Oh, it's just perfect, folks. The only thing it's missing is parking for 50,000 cars. That's all. I'm sorry. Let me undigress. And Ukraine. That's the last one. There are 17 countries that are kingdoms. Of the 190 countries, 5 have united in their names and 12 have states in their names. But there's only one with both united and states in its name. America. Most of these countries kind of followed the United States in the naming model, but actually most of those came after World War I and after World War II, when those countries declared or redeclared their independence. All 5 of the remaining communist countries had the word republic in their names. I mentioned that on Facebook and some guy just about blew a fuse. I don't know. About 125 countries, or 2/3 of them, are republics. So what does republic mean? Does it mean Republican? Well, first, there are no hard and fast rules about how you can name your country. You can name your country the Imperial Democratic Liberal Socialist Capital of the Chicken Wing Republic of Gilchristonia, if you like. People have given their countries these names, I think, to set the tone for the future of that country, to urge the government to behave in a certain way, and actually, sometimes to fool people. I mean, come on, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea? Really? So I've come up with some very simple definitions. I've boiled this all down. The thing to remember is no country is purely one thing or the other. They're all a soup. Some are more of a stew of different ingredients. Simply, a republic belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to the monarch, the king, or the dictator, or whatever leader they have. Now, 3 of the countries on this planet Earth are commonwealths, and I'd say that's the British version of a republic. A democracy, 9 countries have democratic in their names. And my favorite, the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka. Okay, socialism involves social ownership. Pretty simple. It's not taking over the country with social programs. It's pretty much what democratic republics are all about. Countries that are owned and operated by the people. We have a lot of socialism in the United States. Visit a public library, go to a public school, call the police department, the fire department, drive on a public road. Those are all things owned by the people, for the people. Now, communism, in its strictest form, everyone must work. Everyone is in the same economic class, in the same social class, and everyone shares the wealth, supposedly. Now, there are 5 countries that still call themselves communist. But what we see today, in at least 3 of them, is not your grandfather's communism. North Korea and Cuba, they still got it hard. But China, Vietnam, and Laos are soft communism. Those three countries have embraced capitalism, the other C. It was about in the 1980s when reform started taking place. In Laos, it was 1986. They put in some capitalistic enhancement measures that really brought on capitalism in a big way. That was 3 decades ago. You go through the country today, Vietnam or Laos, and it's hard to tell, other than seeing the flags, that they are communist countries. Today, you will find the economy of Laos doing rather well. It's a very poor country, but they are progressive and they're really trying hard. People are free to go wherever they want. There's a wide open economy with a capitalistic market. It looks like it's pretty easy to do business here. I don't see a lot of the major international chains here, but there are foreign companies doing business here in Laos, so I know it's possible. The countries with the shortest names, well, Laos is tied for first place with several other countries. But if you pronounce and spell it like they do here, Lao, for the Lao people, that's only 3 letters, making Lao the shortest named country on this planet Earth. And the country with the coolest name, Tuvalu. Tuvalu, Tuvalu. I love it. I'm sitting in front of an Arc de Triomphe. I know there's plenty of them around the world, but it kind of makes sense here, seeing how Laos' heritage with the French kind of goes way back. It didn't end real well. So what became of this horrible monster called communism that we thought was going to scatter its dominoes around the world if we lost the Vietnam War? Well, we lost, and so did communism. We may have lost the war, but we won the peace. We continued on negotiating and working with other countries, and only a decade or 2 after the Vietnam War, communist countries started falling down, embracing capitalism. Then the Berlin Wall fell, and the Soviet Union took its dominoes and went home. Well, thanks for hanging. That's my report on the names of countries around the world. I'm Mark Gilchrist, and I am, and you are, we all are, on this planet Earth.